police in Brownsville, Texas, have identified the driver, who crashed his SUV into a group of people waiting for a bus outside a migrant center, killing 8 and seriously injuring 10 others. Since the wreck, police and the FBI have been investigating the cause of the crash, including whether or not the incident was intentional. The government of Venezuela, noting that several of the victims were migrants from the country, has called for a thorough investigation into the driver's motives. On Monday, the Brownsville police chief, Felix Sauceda, held a press conference during which he revealed the driver had been identified as George Alvarez, 34. Mr. Alvarez allegedly attempted to flee the scene of the incident after he struck the victims and rolled his Jeep. Bystanders reportedly stopped Mr. Alvarez and kept him detained until police arrived. He was then taken into police custody and then to an area hospital to be treated for injuries he sustained in the wreck. Police said Mr. Alvarez was being very uncooperative with them during their initial investigation. Mr. Sauceda said toxicology reports are pending. The driver has since been charged with 8 counts of manslaughter and 10 counts of aggravated assault with a deadly weapon. Also during the press conference, the police chief noted on Monday that Mr. Alvarez has a lengthy criminal history. His past charges include numerous assault charges, an aggravated assault charge, and additional charges for burglary, theft, DUI, and resisting arrest. He is currently being held on a $3.6 million bond, according to CNN. Around 8:29 a.m., police began receiving emergency calls, describing a violent car accident, in which numerous people were hit by a gray Range Rover. The crash occurred near the Ozanam Center, a migrant resource facility. Mr. Sauceda said during the press conference on Monday that the SUV ran a red light, lost control, and flipped onto its side. Video footage of the incident appears to show the vehicle hitting the victims before it flips onto its side. Mr. Sauceda said the vehicle lost control before it hit the victims, but noted that law enforcement had not ruled out the possibility that the incident was deliberate. Police said they were investigating claims that the driver was hurling invectives at the migrants prior to the crash, according to the local media. The FBI has joined the investigation and is currently investigating whether or not the crash was intentional. They have not reached any conclusions in that line of inquiry. The director of the migrant shelter, Victor Maldonado, told media that people have reportedly approached the center's security guards and told them the crash happened because of their facility. "I've had a couple of people come by the gate and tell the security guard that the reason this happened was because of us," he said. The shelter had reached its capacity, 250, in recent weeks while trying to assist an influx of migrants arriving in the region. Mr. Maldonado noted that many of the migrants did not want to stay in Brownsville, but said they are stuck in the area due to a lack of transportation options available through the shelter.